In this video, I explain sequences in RStudio. But if you are new on my channel Statisticians Club, please subscribe the channel. Now let's start. The simplest sequences are in steps of 1, and colon operator is used to generate the simple sequence. For example, we start a sequence from 0 to 6. Simply write the first number from which you start. Colon sign is the sign used in R for sequence, and the end number from which you want to end the sequence. Now I try again. First number is 0, start number is 0, and I want to end sequence with the number 12 with an increment of 1. So here is the sequence. Start from 0, the end point is 12, and the increment is 1. If you want to start sequence from upper value to lower value, then the same procedure. Write the start number, which is 15, and the end number is 3. Enter. So here is, you can see sequence from 15, 14, 13, and the end number is 3. So in R, if you want any sequence with increment 1, you use only colon sign. And one thing is, remember, the first number is the start, either it is upper value or lower value, and the second number is where you want to end the sequence. To create a sequence of steps other than 1 means you want a sequence with different increment, with increment of 2, 3, or in points. Then how it perform in R? So sequence starting point 0, comma, end point 12. First point is start, second is end point, and the third number is increment. I want increment of 2. So here is sequence 0 with increment 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. If initial value is greater than and the final value is less than and increment is negative, how we perform? Similar procedure follow. Sequence, what is your start number? For example, it is 7. What is your end number? For example, it is 5. And the increment minus 0.2. This is the increment. Enter. Here the starting point is 7 minus 0.2, 6.8, 6.6, 6.4, so on. The end number is 5. In many cases, you want to generate a sequence to match the existing vector in length, or produce this with along and length operations. So let's start. Sequence, right from where you want to start. Suppose I want 0.02 by 0.02 increment and length I want 8 points in a sequence vector. So enter here. Starting point is 0.02. Increment, because increment is also 0.02, so 0.04, 0.06, so on. Adding 0.02 in every next number, and here you got 8 values because you required 8 numbers in sequence. So your vector is requirement is total length of 8 with the increment of 0.02. So you only provide initial number, increment, and then the length which you required. So you create sequence. Suppose we have a vector get sign 6. So this is our vector, and we want a new vector by creating a sequence, and its length is equal to this vector length. So how it is performed? Write sequence so where you want to start, simply write, you can write is it also from, or simply write 0.02. From is equal to 0.02, or simply write is as by along. Here is along command use vector name w. So as you can see, we have a set of sequence with 3 entities or 3 numbers as lies in w. 0.02, increment is 0.02, and our total length is, we adjust it is equal to w vector, because the total member of w is in 3, and here is also 3 numbers. And other command used for the same procedure is, I also write here for same purpose, from 0.02 to where you want to lie. I have required here the starting point is 0.02 and the end point is 0.14. But sorry, 0.14, 0.06 endpoint is, because we only generate 3 numbers, so I required endpoint is 0.03, 2.03. Here I use command along, so I also generate these 3 points. If increment does not match the final value, then the generated sequence stops short of the last value. For example, I start a sequence with starting point is 1.4 and increment is 2.1. Sorry, the starting point is 1.4 2.1 is the endpoint here, and 0.3 is the increment. 1.4, 0.3, 1.7, 0.3 add 2. But if we add 0.3 again in this number, this will be 2.3. But we go to this number. Our requirement is our sequence will be end at 2.1. Because of we have increment of 0.3, so our sequence will end in 2 at point of 2. It did not exceed 2.1. If you want a vector made up of sequences of unequal length, then the sequence command is used. So here is the example. Sequence function start, bracket, and the C vector is start. Here you can see we have a set of sequence. First number is 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence. Second number is 2. It start from here 1, 2. Third number is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this operation we create a vector which constitute a sequences of different unequal numbers. So any number you write here, you produce its sequence by using complete sequence command. And all the other function, the function start is seq command. And for a simple increment, the command is used only colon, start point, colon sign, and the end point. If you want to see videos on ceiling function and floor function character in RStudio, then click the link in front of your screen. Thanks for watching.